Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Photoshop.
Photoshop.
Happy birthday to you. It's Photoshop's birthday, everybody. Hi, welcome to Office
Wow.
Hours. Happy birthday to Photoshop. Nice to see you all here. I'm Andrew Hockrattle.
I'm Nick Longo.
Dang it. Sorry, Nick. You're on the other side today. I don't know why.
Ah.
It's a hard point. This is Office Hours. We hang out with you every week here at 1 p.m., help you level up your creative careers. I've been missing my intros, so if we didn't get the happy birthday song and you just got like the last 5 seconds of it, which seems
It
to
was
happen
good.
every week.
It was really good.
When
We
we did our
harmonized for a
Wicked intro,
second.
yeah, we did our Wicked intro and it got cut off in the recording and I was so mad. So if you missed it, we sing happy birthday to Photoshop and chat. Can we get birthday cakes in the chat? Because it is very birthday day today. Nick, how many years of Photoshop? What are we celebrating today, and what are we going to spend the first little while of the show doing? And then what else are we looking at today? Give us an overview.
It's been 35 years for Photoshop today. We're celebrating it. It's on their website here. You've got a little bit of that kind of shown here as well. It's really great. Hard to believe it's been 35 years.
Yes, and in the chat, our friend William Blanco. Hi.
Hey, what's up, William?
Throwback. What's up?
Aw.
Nice to see you all here. We have Christelle, we have Alessandra, we have Wade, Sarah. Lots of cake in chat, which is just a great way to start this off.
Love it.
So 35 years of Photoshop. We have a blog over on the Adobe blog. And I think that Wade, I'm sorry I didn't give you this. Here, I can drop it in the chat for you.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
There you go.
There we are.
There you go. So we are celebrating 35 years of creativity, community, and innovation with Adobe Photoshop. So chat, if you want to go check this out, I just posted the blog there and Wade is going to repost it. Thank you, Wade. And Photoshop 1.0 made its debut today.
1.0. It's like they
35 years ago.
They knew there'd be all these versions later.
Yes, when I was born 35 years ago.
Look at the first box.
Look at the first box.
Fantastic.
We should do a challenge where we redesigned the first Photoshop box. I think that would be really fun.
Dude, I love that idea.
Right?
Or the newest version of it. Like, let's revamp it.
Oh, do boxes for, yes, that'd be fun.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yes. So Photoshop,
cool.
again, 35 years old. We can kind of go through the history a little bit here. Let me blow this up, chat, for you. There we go.
There it is.
So Photoshop started in Hollywood doing visual effects. First place, Photoshop was used visual effects. The Abyss. Do you remember The Abyss?
Yes.
1989.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, great to know that. That's a good trivia question.
And then Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is when a lot of I think
CGI.
That's Terminator 2's the liquid guy walks through the bars, right?
That was the first CGI of that caliber that we're used to today.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then 1994, the absolute, and yes, I know that it's 37 since 1.0. I think Photoshop OG is 37. Photoshop 1.0 is
maybe
more.
20 more. You'd think it's more.
No, less. 35. Sorry. 35
less,
came
correct.
out after.
Yes.
So yes, Robert, you were correct. 37, 35.
Can you imagine without layers? Like,
so this is the big thing. Yes. So I remember when we looked at generative fill that they were talking about that this is the biggest revolution since layers. And I totally agree.
There
Layers, crazy. Like, to think that we weren't working like that before. And Nick, did you ever work like way back in the day in like Paint?
Oh, there was Mac Paint. There was, yes, those were crazy back in the day.
Right?
Yeah.
Were you a Quark guy? Did you ever get into Quark?
I never did because I still to this day, even with like InDesign, I refuse to get involved with the publication ones.
Oh my gosh.
I draw the line. I just draw the line. I don't want to do brochures or catalogs
That's
ever.
all I want to do. So then non-destructive workflow starts to become the standard in 1995. And Nick, what is non-destructive workflow for those that maybe aren't familiar with the term?
Yeah. So the whole idea was you put a layer over the original artwork and don't touch that, but your layer makes the changes and the manipulations so you are not destructing the actual piece that's underneath it.
I did not think that adjustment layers happen this early.
Whoa.
Like, I would think that adjustment layers would be later on, but I mean, like, this is Photoshop 3.0, it looks like, I think. And this happening that early to me is so crazy. Also, look at our little toolbar.
Isn't it funny how like you could tell pixel sizes on screens were not even close to what they are today, and
Yes.
those icons are so like chunky and bold, and that's the thinnest they can make it.
Well,
because
even
of the
like
pixels.
the colors that we're getting here and like the pixels that like are artifacting a PCD Photoshop
Yes,
compacted document.
unbelievable.
Yeah, chat, let us know what a PCD is a file extension for.
Look at that.
Then
Became
again,
a household name.
it became a household name, which is a verb, right? That we are
Oh
going to
yeah,
Photoshop something. I think that
there you
that's
go.
so cool that we think about like Photoshopping something, referencing any kind of editing. It's
Yeah,
because of Photoshop, right? It became
like
a
Kleenex.
household name. Like Kleenex,
Yep.
exactly. Band-Aids.
Yep.
Did you know, Nick, hold
Uh-oh.
on,
Uh-oh.
full screen. Did you know that Popsicle is a brand name? So they are
Yes.
not called popsicles. Like Popsicle is like Kleenex. So like other brands are just like frozen ice
Pops.
treats. And I was
Yes.
like, we don't,
Yeah.
we like a popsicle is not the type of dessert it is. It's like a brand name, which I think is so crazy. That one blew
Yeah.
my mind.
Do you remember what we figured out a few weeks ago about brand names that I didn't know?
No.
Remember cup? I thought it was Cup O noodles.
Oh yeah,
and it
cup
was
of
just
noodles, and it's just cup noodles.
Cup noodles.
Yes.
Who did that?
Which is funny because for lunch I had a little thing of ramen noodles, and it literally was called bowl noodles. And I was
Bowl
like,
noodles.
somebody just took a little step to the left. It was like, new company, let's roll it.
I love it.
Right. Okay. So
Wow.
back in here, household name. We got the history panel. We got layer effects. Started
pillar.
to develop Photoshop more, and we celebrated our first anniversary together. And through the 2000s, we got liquify filters, healing brush tool.
Wow.
And Nick, when did you start using Photoshop?
Oh gosh, I would say around 2003-ish, maybe.
Okay, so you got the Creative Suite and Camera Raw. So
Yeah.
Photoshop became a part of the Adobe Creative Suite, seamlessly working with Illustrator and InDesign, the OGs. We got Camera Raw, created cool stuff like this. That's rad.
Look at that.
This is
Wow.
this is so 2003. Like the lighting not
Yeah.
being great.
Yeah,
Like-
and it's very Cirque du Soleil inspired.
Yeah, yes, 100, like you can tell that things are composited in. There's really rough edges here around the
True.
shoulder. You can definitely tell that this is the way it goes.
Well, isn't it? It's almost like the way AI is right now. It's so fresh and new that people just want to make beautiful compositions, and
Well-
they didn't know how to handle
Yes.
lighting just yet.
And at the
in the
time,
app.
this was
Yeah.
like so cool. I remember seeing stuff like this and being like, whoa, that's so rad. And then I'd like Photoshop like weird stuff like this.
Yep.
But then now we look back and we're like, oh, like this is rough and the lighting's not what I, you know. And we're going to do the same thing with like generative fill and generative expand
Yeah.
and Firefly. We're going to look back in 20 years and be like, oh my gosh, that's what we were doing in generative fill. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Also, can we address the reflection of the ladder right here? Do you see how big that ladder
Yes.
gets in the
I know.
reflection? Great. But
Wonderful.
Russell, we love
Russell
you.
Brown.
Big
There he
fan
is.
of
Look
Russell.
at that.
So this is when I started using Photoshop. And this is Lightroom started to come into the
Correct.
into the scene. I remember. So I was sorry, Nick. I was in high school, and I was working in yearbook, and we were editing a
wow.
photo of a volleyball player who was like going to hit a volleyball, and I like moved the volleyball closer using the magic wand tool, and I was like,
Feels so weird.
oh my
right?
gosh, this is so crazy to be able to just like move pieces around.
You're like, can I do this? Like, is that okay?
Yes. Yep. And so then when Lightroom came on the scene, that's all we used for journalism. That's where I fell in love with journalism and layout design, editing photos in Lightroom, bringing them into Photoshop, and then importing them into InDesign. And Nick, 2010 content aware
Wow,
fill.
that was a big year.
Okay. I'm going to
I
tell
didn't
you
know
right
it
now.
was 14, 15 years old. That's pretty interesting.
Yep.
Wow.
I remember, so this was my junior year in college, and I was working yearbook. I had just switched to be a graphic design major, and I remember watching Adobe Max in the in our like studio or whatever. And
Sure.
this video, I'm gonna tell you right now. Okay, from memory, from 2010, there is a woman sitting on a bench, and in the
Okay.
bottom left-hand corner, there's trash, and they zoom in and they take the trash out. And I remember watching that video like so many times with content aware fill, freaking out about like how that worked. So chat,
No
Chat.
way. Is it?
Hi.
Is this
100%.
There it is.
100%.
There it
There she
is.
is. And then like, okay, so they
Wow.
Where's the trash? Where's the trash? There it is, right there. So they literally go in. I remember like freaking out that like there was this piece and they selected it and then it was gone. And like the shadows worked, the grass worked, like the detail was amazing. Like this is such an iconic moment. 5.2 million views.
You know, I think that was the game changer for me at that time. Was I was always afraid of Photoshop. I wasn't the Photoshop user. I was always Illustrator. That was where I started, right? Yep. And the intimidation on the Photoshop side was always so crazy. When that came out, I remember this. It was almost like Photoshop was saying, Nick, it's okay. Come on in. The water's great.
Yep. And Trey is saying,
I love that.
We got spot colors in 5.5. Good call out. And then Photoshop got an Oscar. You know what? Right. I think Photoshop is Photoshop an EGOT winner? Oscar, Grammy, Tony? We need Photoshop to drop an album ASAP.
It's probably involved in every single way. You're right.
Oh, no. The Grammy Awards have a album design Grammy.
Yes.
So there've probably been Grammys. There's for sure been Oscars. I'm trying to think of a Tony Award that would constitute. I mean, if scenic design could definitely have gotten a Tony that used Photoshop.
Sure.
Let's say Photoshop is an EGOT winner.
It has to be. It's probably multiple EGOT.
That's it. First program ever. Please don't sue us. This is Office Hours official with an asterisk that like none of what we say matters.
Yes, allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. So select subject was incredible. This was 2018. So this was 7 years ago. This one's more recent. I remember this. And since then we've added on like selecting specific subjects using like where like it finds all the objects in the scene. You can click on each individual one.
Multiple pieces.
Yep. Correct. 100%. Aaron Nace. Great, amazing streamer. This is not Aaron. Sorry. This is 100% not Aaron. I don't know why I like circled it.
It's not Aaron.
This is not Aaron. This is Aaron's work. But Aaron, incredible artist and actually streaming tomorrow.
I think he's live tomorrow, right?
Yeah, if you want to hang out, we're celebrating the 35th anniversary of Photoshop all day tomorrow in this studio in San Francisco. Aaron Nace is there. Lisa Carney is there. Ted Chin, I think, is there.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people hanging out tomorrow. Really great group of folks. So then 2019, Nick, we're almost done through the timeline.
Whoa,
2019 Photoshop on iPad.
Yeah, that was a big one. I remember seeing that launch at Max. And again, another great way to make it less intimidating to the user who really wasn't using it.
Yep.
Throw it on the iPad. And remember, the controls were just a little bit more kind of simple and generic. It was a little streamlined, but I loved it.
Yep.
Great
stuff. Then we got Photoshop on the web 2023. And Nick, we haven't shown this enough or really used it. But we should use Photoshop on the web at some point. We should do an episode where we show Photoshop on the web. It's really good. It's really powerful. We just don't show it because we have Photoshop on our computers. But Generative Fill 2023 and Firefly 2023. Magic.
Huge.
We've got Ted Chin. I think, it has to be. Ted's incredible work here.
Look at that.
And then the next era of Photoshop.
Looking ahead. Look at this.
Looking ahead. Ooh. What's the most recent thing in Photoshop that we still don't have access to, that we're supposed to have access to, we're supposed to do an episode on?
Yes. The live collaborations.
Yes. Live collaboration in Photoshop.
We'll get it there soon.
We're waiting for access chat. They teased it and showed some stuff. And it is in a closed beta. We still don't have access. We're trying.
Fantastic.
So April 24th, everyone set your calendars. April 24th is Adobe Max London. I know we never talk about this. I don't know why.
No,
but
we're so international too. What is wrong with us?
Office Hours International. Adobe Max London is happening April 24th. And it does say here, tune in to hear about the newest innovations from Adobe and Photoshop. So specifically, leak. You heard it here first.
Allegedly.
Photoshop's in Max London.
Allegedly.
Office Hours leaking content. That's it.
Love it.
So Photoshop will be, I guess, something happening at Max London on the 24th. Set your calendars.
How could it not?
We will absolutely be bringing you the probably third take on everything new in Adobe Max London. We definitely won't be first. We probably won't be second, but like we'll be in the top 5.
Can we make some hats with that? Your official third take Adobe official news source.
100%. Yes. One of the things we did for Canceled Con, we had a promo that said your first choice and second choices. I was happy with that copywriting. All right. So That's it with
Great.
Photoshop, chat. We have a lot to talk
Love it.
about. Let us know your Photoshop memories. Nick, do you have any early Photoshop memories? Actually,
Oh,
Nick, you want to talk about
yeah.
Bert? Do we want to talk about
Oh,
Bert?
yeah. This
Okay,
guy was
so
fantastic.
chat. Let's
Love
talk
this.
about Bert. And Nick, you can plug your podcast. Is the episode out?
Oh gosh, this was years ago.
Years
Yeah.
ago. Okay, so it exists somewhere.
I'll
Someone in
I'll try
chat.
to find a link.
Yeah, someone in
But
chat can
Bert,
find it. Who is
we
this
were
guy and what's it
we
about?
were connected with Adobe when we were doing partnerships with the podcast, and they sent us a link saying, "Hey, this is a great guy. He's considered like the godfather of Photoshop, and his name's Bert Munroy." We love it because it sounds like the total '70s game show host, right?
Bert
Welcome,
Monroy.
Bert Munroy. Bert turned out to be one of the most incredible just guests we've ever had. He took us through. Here's his site. You can see a little bit about what he's done. He is famous for some of these insane sized murals that he's done all in Photoshop. And what he's done in a lot of his tutorials, if you look up Bert Munroy on YouTube, you'll see a lot of his tutorials. He will show you the layers upon layers upon layers. It's magical to see what this guy has pushed Photoshop to. Even as the godfather, what he's doing now is still incredible. So it was a wonderful opportunity to talk to a guy that was there at the first few months when it was being designed. And I guess he was brought in to be a kind of like a beta tester at a certain point, knowing photography and everything so well. So he was one of the people that kind of steered them into the right directions, into features and some of the stuff that became on the first version of Photoshop. So what a wonderful time to kind of, ask questions to somebody who was right there from the very beginning.
Yep. Thanks, Bert.
Yes.
Okay, so let's close the chapter on Photoshop. Well, let's not close the chapter.
It's continuing.
Yeah, let's turn the page into something else that we have to talk about, chat. There's so much just talking on this episode, which is fine. Ooh, podcast episode.
Oh, you know what that means. We get a little closer to the
little bit
mics.
of a
It's a little
podcast
ASMR.
That's it. We actually probably could pull out the Photoshop part and just talk about we could do a little podcast episode on the
I like it.
Photoshop.
Let's do it.
All right, so let's go ahead and hop in and talk about what is new as of last week. Chad, there's so much stuff happening right now.
Crazy.
We're exhausted, but we're here to give you
Adobe
the third
is
take.
so tired right
Yeah,
now.
if you, especially because File New is right before us now.
Mhm.
I know that Ryan usually covers all of the things that are new, so we are automatically the second take, and then there's usually like one more.
We're gonna have to push our investigative reporting skills to one up Ryan.
Let's do it. Let's do an expose on File New. Let's do that. Hey everyone, today on Office Hours, we're investigating File New. Shocking revelations.
Oh, Ryan, it's coming, dude.
That's
it's
it. We're coming for you. We need to have a crossover episode that I'm sure is coming at some point. Also, chat, do any of you watch File New? Let us know in chat if you watch File New or if you just tune in for Office Hours. If you just tune in for Office Hours, try to tune in an hour earlier and hang out. File New's awesome, great show. Similar vibes with our friend Ryan. So let us know.
He does such a fun job with his screen and the purple background and everything.
Yes.
Yeah. Definitely check him out.
Someone said, is Nick on break from macro data refinement? His background looks scary. That's so funny. Nick,
Severance.
Yes, we were just talking about Severance. Nick, I don't think we've talked about this. Nick, where are you? Why are you there? What's going on? Why is Office Hours different?
I'll give you a little tour. This is a...
Nick, you are so close to being murdered. Like, you are 20 seconds away from somebody walking in that. Like,
oh my God.
That is the most murder room I've ever seen in my life.
Let's keep a close eye on that door for me, everybody.
Just an empty room with like endless furniture, like spaced out randomly. I can't.
Wild. It's a spare room that is being used in our campus that I get to use for an office space. And primarily I put down the need for it for office hours. So it's stuff's being moved. So of course, no fancy background. Yes. I thank you for the comment though. That was fantastic.
Yes, it's great. Sorry, chat. I'm just
my best.
I'm screenshotting your love for File New so I can send it to Ryan. Things looked weird for a second, but I wanted to do a little screenshot so we can give him some hype.
Aww.
All right.
Very cool.
Saving this. Ryan Hype is the name of the file. So
sounds like a new skateboard line.
Yep.
Ryan Hype.
200 points to Wade Acuff. Bert Monroy, DGDC link, found it, tracked it down.
Oh, Wade, you are the best, dude.
It's magic.
You're the best.
It's
Thank
magic.
you, bro.
Also, we're coming up on 4 years of Office Hours, right?
Yes, end of April, I believe,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yep. I think April
Wow.
17th was our first show, which
Where
is
did the
crazy.
time go?
Yeah.
Unreal.
5 years. We'll do something special, chat. But
Yeah.
live. We have to do an
Oh,
office hours live event somewhere.
studio audience.
So yeah,
Studio
five
audience.
five
Yeah.
years. We're saying it now. 5 years for our anniversary show. At 5 years, we are doing a live event
Can't wait.
somewhere, and we're gonna do a live studio audience.
Can't wait.
All right, so let's hop in. Also, there's so many people here that just tuned in. We went from like
Oh,
50 to 70. We've been around. So if you're new,
guys.
hi, this is Office Hours. We're talking about all kinds of things you just missed. Nick, what did they miss?
You missed a recap on the 35th anniversary of Adobe Photoshop.
Yep.
We went through all the fun stuff, and we're segueing into what's happening new with Fire.
Yep. And Nick can't see the monitor today because we're trying something new. But Nick, can you just point down below you? Just point. Yeah, right there.
I've got my
There you go.
monitor on my
Perfect.
iPhone.
Yes. So we have done the second part of our title and our thumbnail. We need to do the first part, and that is a big update in Adobe Firefly. And boy, do we have a lot to talk about here. So Adobe
Talk
Firefly.
about it, Burt Monroy.
Hey everybody, Adobe
Burt
Firefly's new. It's very much like it just reminds me of like the flapper with like a little cigarette. Like,
Yeah.
hey everybody,
Yeah.
come on in,
Yeah.
Firefly. Okay, so Firefly video model is here, AI powered creation with unparalleled creative control. This
Wow.
is the blog if you want to check it out with everything new in Firefly. The best thing here, we're going to kind of just talk about all the things. My favorite thing, ooh, a little sizzle reel. Hold on.
Hey.
The ultimate in
Look.
creative AI. Now with video.
Video. Look at
Get
that.
even more creative control. Pan left. Ooh.
Oh, what a great little sizzle reel.
Make
This is
stunning
awesome.
images. What are we doing? Colorful soccer cleats covered in flowers floating in clouds. Ooh, soccer.
Wow.
Visual intensity. So intense. Generate videos. This is the new thing. So videos is new. We're going to walk through the page, but like, why would we show you when we have a sizzle reel? Somebody made this for us.
Look at this.
Uh-huh. You can
Okay, and I've been
translate.
seeing, that's fantastic. I've been seeing people really get creative with what you can do with the video.
Yep.
Particularly like that one where it just showed uploading two things.
Yep.
And oh man, and
We're
then
gonna
all
do
of the
that.
creative control you get with the menu. It's fantastic.
Yep, we're gonna do that today. We're gonna show you all that you want. Video model, all that stuff. Really, really cool to like visualize things.
Like, don't you find that with all these different things that we keep seeing, I know you do this a lot too with like Photoshop, and we did it in Express. You start figuring out your own way to get things done. Like you take two features and kind of merge together, and I'm seeing this happen a lot with the Firefly video. It's
and
awesome.
here we have a live look at Office Hours. I can't believe Firefly generated a full episode of Office Hours.
Which one of you prompted this?
That's crazy. If you type in Office Hours, this is actually what happens, and then trash falls
a live
on it.
webcam.
Yep,
live
100%.
webcam of Office Hours Studios.
But Firefly video model is
screen.
really great. Yes, at creating things with
about
like
that.
on green screen or with a black background, so that you can scale it. Not scale it.
Cut
so you
it
can
out.
Screen it. Yep, you can screen it.
Look
You can
at
multiply
that.
it. Really great. Here's a lion.
Wow.
Rawr.
So again, just for everyone's like clarity, the one you just showed, that was prompted, meaning do white smoke against a green mask.
Yes, cloudy
that's
mist on a green
Perfect.
background. Camera is steady, and there are no objects in the video other than the mist.
I think imagine the next step would be it just exports as a transparent layer.
Yes, that is one of
But
the
now-
number one things is like alpha
smart
channel,
idea.
alpha channel, alpha channel.
Wow, that's
Alpha
so
channel
cool.
videos are insanely huge, and so I think that would be tough, but like probably not impossible. So we'll see what happens.
Man, that's really cool. What a great trick.
Rawr.
That's a great trick. I love that.
Rawr.
Look at him.
Wow.
Good stuff. And you can do looping, right? Have you seen how you can ask it to be a loop?
Yes.
And it will seamlessly kind of go together real nicely.
Yep.
That's really great.
Taking
Look at that.
right. Little 3D.
Oh, that's cool.
So really cool stuff.
Nice.
One of the biggest things is that we have completely redesigned the homepage. There's so much to talk about here. Let's just go to it.
Let's get to it, man.
What up,
So
dude?
much.
He's real. Okay, so Firefly. Ew. Why is it light mode?
What?
Ew.
You got to change your settings there, buddy.
Ew. Ew.
What happened?
Chat. No.
Switch to mine. I got
Oh, I
dark
hate this,
mode.
Nick. Oh my goodness. Ew. Okay.
Do you have something clicked? Maybe no. I was
I
gonna say
don't
like
know.
that's kind of weird.
It's aggressive.
It is. It's so much more dramatic over on my screen.
Yuck. Yeah, it's so much better. So at the top, so completely redesigned Firefly.
Love it.
Sorry for the Firefly team. Sorry, I was just shocked by the light mode because I'm so used to seeing
Yeah.
dark mode. Okay, so newly designed header image, newly designed layout. You can start directly from the prompt, and you also can drop down that menu.
And you got toggle there, right? Image to video.
Thank you.
There
Nick
he
finished my
is.
sentence because I was yawning. He knew. He's like, oh, he's out.
I thought maybe it crashed. I was like, oh no.
He's like, he's dead. That's it. Okay,
Andrew.
so yes, we have a newly designed video, newly designed stuff at the top. We also have all of these new panels. So I'm gonna hop over to my screen and we're gonna kind of click through and just look at these panels. So we have text to image. We are familiar with this.
Yeah.
Text to video beta. That's new. Scene to image. That's new. Translate video, image to video, and translate audio. So lots of new stuff here. As we scroll down, you can check out Photoshop on the web, more information about Firefly, Little Turtle Man, and see some generations, which is really cool. So Nick, let's have you show the first piece, which is the text to image.
Yeah, this is great. All right, let's take a look at it here. We've got text to image. This is, are we scene to image or text to image?
Text to image. Let's start with text to image.
Yeah, there we go. All right, perfect. Here we go. We have all this down here. Are you on my screen or are you?
Yes,
screen?
we're on your screen. Sorry.
Oh, are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, that's right, because I'm looking at yours. Look at me.
Magic.
Sorry about that. All right, let's do it. What do we want to do? Text to image. We could do something really quick. I love that one, that the sneakers with the feathers or something. So let's do a retro coffee maker with what do you think? Scattered beans?
Yes. And Elizabeth saying, is there a way to take an existing image and animate it in Firefly? Yes, there is. And we're going to show that. We'll show that over on my side because I have some that are already done. So we won't have to worry about the rendering time.
Look at this. Now we got some really good ones here. This one looks great. It has like a little copper kind of vibe to it as well.
Yep.
Same things.
And
but
Nick,
I think, yeah, go for it.
There are some new things here. So one, they are all smaller. So when you click on it, it's a lot smaller than it's been. And that's because there's fast mode enabled. So over on the right, there's a little button that has fast mode right underneath Firefly image 3 on the far left. Far left.
Far left.
Right down. So nope, not there. Right below that. Yep. Nope.
Fast mode.
Right there. So fast mode. So you can turn that on and off. Turning it on is going to generate way faster, low resolution.
Yes.
And then you can actually like click to upscale those images right there. If you like it, you can upscale it and it will upscale that image for you to something that is more high quality. I believe that we are up to 2K now.
It's pretty good.
Yes.
Like,
which is
really
pretty
amazing.
good resolution. Yeah.
Yeah. So here we go. It's kind of, I think it's doing it now. Let's see, a coffee retro. Let's see.
It's doing it now.
Start generating. I didn't see the little.
Oh wait, it is generating, but it's like thinking.
It's definitely thinking. Let's see here. So the cool thing about that too is if you're doing a ton and you do only need to see them in a preview mode, and it's like you don't need to spend the time in those bigger ones, it's great. I guess we're having a little bit of a
let's refresh the page and see what happens.
Yeah, let's go for it.
So it used to be originally. Remember, we had the 4 squares, and then it would do like a tile kind of thing. And then what happened?
Hey.
Did we break Firefly?
How could we do? Oh, there it goes.
There we go. So we have them. There we go.
I mean, it really is good. You bring this into Photoshop, or even if you're just popping it right into Illustrator and you want to do some like quick mock-ups, I've been like floored at how big these images are and how good they are. So again, that does it to all of them when you do it. But again, if you're just doing this and you have to make quick changes, and maybe here you're just saying, I need like steampunk style or whatever.
Yep.
I love this idea because you don't need to be in that full on mode each time, but watch how quick this works when you are in fast mode. I mean, all of a sudden we're getting something really kind of cool here as well. And again, hover over, you get your upscale and it will do the same thing as it did. And it'll get them to a nice, you said it's kind of like a 2K vibe there.
Yep.
Look at that.
Yep. And chat, we have some really cool stuff here. And Nick, it's a little different. If you scroll, you can see that now it's laid out vertically. So for like a month, we had that like horizontal timeline, and now it's moved to show all of your generations vertically, so you can see everything at the same time, which is really cool all together. So chat, we're going to hop over and we are going to show the big thing that came out, and
Uh-oh.
that is text to video. Now we're going to do text to video first, and then I'm going to go back and show you how to take an image and turn it into video. So Nick,
Yes.
actually chat, what would you want to see here as a video? I have access and can generate videos. So let me know what you want to
Ooh.
see, and I can make a video.
How about if I
for
start
you.
it off and then they finish
Let's
it?
do that, Nick. What do you got?
Okay, how about a river of leaves going through and they can finish it
Okay, so what's the river of leaves going through,
going
chat?
through.
And while you tell us that, Nick, you can watch chat. You can choose the shot size. So I want it to be probably a like long shot, so a wider shot. Actually, let's do medium
Right.
shot. And then camera angle, I probably want to be like a high angle shot. Maybe it's like kind of zooming down. And
Like
then I
that.
want it to do a tilt. Let's do a tilt up. No, we
Cool.
want to do tilt down. So let's have it tilt down onto the river,
Yeah. I
right?
love that.
Okay, cool.
And I noticed this is a great idea. You before you even finished your statement, you can automatically go to some settings there on the side.
Yep, 100%. So we have Pitbull chewing on a bone. I will definitely do that. I actually have a really cute
Nice.
one of a dog chasing a bubble that I can show you. Will wants the gates of hell. Will, come on.
Well,
That's
this is a
so
family
intense.
show.
Also, that will probably get content filtered. A field of cotton candy. Through
Hey,
a
love that.
field of pink cotton candy.
Was that from Elizabeth?
Yes. No, that
I
was
knew
from Leah.
Oh,
Leah, new
hey.
face in chat. Hi, nice to see you. I don't think we've seen you before, Leah.
Welcome.
Nice to see you. And the William and Leah comments
Combo?
back to back is pretty crazy.
Oh,
So
nice.
chat. Firefly video takes about 90 seconds to generate your
Nice.
video. It does use generative credits, and after those 90 seconds, it is actually saved. So what's cool is we have this going, right?
Yeah.
Watch this, Nick. I can go back. Okay, I think this is how it works. Okay, so I can go back here, and I am going to go, and I can go to my files, and I can
Yes.
actually see everything that I have generated. So everything is now
Whoa.
saved in your files from all of the things that I have generated, which is really
Meaning
cool.
you didn't download; they're just automatically there in
Yep.
this nice.
These are all things that I've done in the
folder.
past, and it
Okay.
saves everything for you, which is really cool. We'll show this. Here is a video of Paul Tranny, and let's see what this looks like. So
Oh, that's pretty
this is a
sick.
still image. This is a still image that I animated, or
Too
that
close,
I
Paul. Too close. Too close.
right?
Paul.
Okay, so what's really cool is we've gone and done other things in Firefly. I can come back here and it is still generating the
Oh.
background. So as long as you don't leave
That's
the
great.
Firefly ecosystem, it will continue to generate, and you can go back and try other things, check out different tools in Firefly,
Okay.
and it will continue to generate for you, which is really cool.
I think also too, considering being patient here, because we're so used to AI being so quick nowadays. Think of what it's technically doing here. It's building video, like unreal. Are there other ones to share like that maybe in the library that you think are worth showing?
I do. I just wanted
Oh,
to find this little
wow.
guy. He's so
Look at
cute.
him. Look at
Okay.
that reflection.
The
That's great.
reflections are crazy. Okay, so let's go back to our video that is rendering the background. And here we go, chat. Let's see what we got. This is a
River of leaves.
river of leaves flowing through a
With
field of
cotton
cotton candy.
candy.
Let's see what happens. It looks so disgusting.
It's like the Pepto-Bismol factory.
Like it's like 100% correct.
Mhm.
Like it is definitely correct, but it is kind of crazy. So
What's your first step you would do in like, now that we're considering prompt as the direction, where
Yep.
would you go?
So
What's-
what I would do is I would actually go back to Firefly, and I would start at Firefly, and we're just going to show this real quick. How much time do we have? Okay, so we're going to show
Okay.
this. I'm going to start with text to image, and I'm going to do a wide shot of a river. Oops.
Oh, I
river
think I see
of
what you're doing.
Leaves flowing
Mhm.
through a field of cotton candy, fantasy with ice cream, and then maybe we do like wide shot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to generate in fast mode very quickly some options of images, and we're going to do this widescreen. And I definitely want this to be art and not a photo. I think the photo is a little bit of a stretch. So we're going to do art here and see what
Nice.
happens.
it's like that one that was the almost looked like claymation. Like
Here we
here's
go.
where you get to art direct whatever you want, right?
Yep. So I like this one. So I'm going to
Ooh,
go here and we
beautiful.
are going to upscale that one. That's pretty
Upscale.
good. So we're going to
Nice.
upscale this. And what I can do is I can actually take this image and inform the Firefly video model that I want this to be the first frame. And I want this to be the thing that you are like generating the video with. So we're going to come back here. Again, we have a river of leaves. And down at the bottom, I can choose the first frame. And we're going to do Firefly, a wide shot of river leaves, and open. It's going to upload it to Firefly. And now I can generate based on this being the first frame. So this is how you take a photo and turn it into a video, which is really cool. Crazy, right?
I love it. So you art directed with Firefly still, and then bringing that in as the style reference in video.
Yep. Really great for visualizing
Wow.
stuff, for coming up with ideas to kind of see if your ideas hold merit. And then we would go in and maybe create this composite and animate those manually, work with some animators. But this is really great for ideating, brainstorming, and kind of getting your mood board out there, which is really cool. All right, Nick, back to your screen.
wait to
What are
see
you
it.
doing over here?
Oh, I just thought of the coolest thing because one of my
Nick,
students.
let's go to Lake Tahoe. I love Lake
Yeah.
Tahoe.
Okay. Is that where our 5th anniversary is going to
That
be?
we're doing it on Lake Tahoe. We're gonna get a floating barge, and it's gonna
Yeah.
be the office hours cruise.
I love it. So one of my students did the coolest thing. Diego came into my class the other night and showed how he's using Firefly to revamp a lot of his case studies in his portfolio. He did a rebrand of the city of South Lake Tahoe. And one of the things he showed in his opening shot was a big billboard with Lake Tahoe behind it. And he obviously dropped in his custom graphics to the billboard. But what he did was this. He just did blank billboard with a beautiful Lake Tahoe background on mountains and a lake. And then went to widescreen, basically like that. And again, we're still in fast mode. So look what it's doing. It's building these super quick. And, mockups now have become kind of like we see them and we go, oh, I've seen that one before, whatever. But look at the value you get out of doing something like this. And it's really awesome. So just a great way to use it for unique custom mockups and asking for specifics in the background, even as specific as a city.
Yep.
It's really cool.
Yep. All right. Back to me. We got our video chat. So this is what we generated in Firefly, and we set that as the first frame of our video. Now, let's hit play and see what happens.
No way. Wow.
So the reason that it is, so let's go through all the details here.
Okay.
We had it with the pan down. We had the medium white, right? We have the tilt down right here. And so it's tilting down the shot for us. If we wanted to, we could zoom out and it would pull the shot out further for us, which is really cool. So really, really cool to be able to use that here in Firefly by uploading your first frame and starting with kind of some information.
Where again did you enter that? I see it on the timeline above it.
Bottom left.
Okay, perfect. There you go.
And you also can do an end frame.
There you go.
So chat, let me show you real quick some stuff that I've done.
So is that like morphing?
Yes, 100%. So you can kind of get an idea of how this works. So this is some art that I had created. And I basically took this like collage that I did. And I did the starting image facing this way. And then the ending image facing the other way. And when I play it, it starts to create this like crazy 3D effect. Like
what?
Wild. And so I want to take that further and see what else I could create. And so I did a lion. Let me find the lion.
What's the timing it does? Is it 10 seconds or what's the video
5 seconds.
output? 5 seconds.
5 seconds. So for this one, I did a lion, and this is our starting image right here. And then this was the ending image. And what I did is I generated in Firefly a video of a lion with fantasy lighting facing left and then facing right. And so you can see down here, this is the image that is facing left. And then this is the image that's facing right. So I put that in there and then put in the prompt lion on a simple background, fantasy lighting, spinning perspective. And now when I play this with the starting image facing left and the final image turning right, it creates this crazy 3D pan.
Gosh.
And almost like a 3D model. So if you're using this for, I think of this if I'm using reference, right?
Yes.
If I need reference for a drawing or art that I'm doing, I can now generate like a full angle and then find exactly the right angle that I want to kind of get the right reference for what I'm creating, which is so crazy.
Wow.
Nick, what are you doing over there?
Do you think?
Don't do
I'm
that.
doing.
No, don't do that.
Oh, we can't do that.
No, we
That's
can't do
right.
that.
Sorry.
We're going to get in
Sorry.
trouble.
But do you know where I'm going with?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, so here's the tip we want to do.
But
I don't know if you did one.
We can't
Did you
upload
do-
that to Firefly because
What if?
yes.
Can we? Did you do anything that was similar to that? Because the idea I'm thinking of is if you've done a rebrand for somebody and you want to show the old logo morphing into the new logo.
Ooh, that's a really good idea. Okay, so
Wow.
no, but kind of.
No,
but kind of. So let me show you what I did. Is I created? Who said? Okay. Oh, Nick's trying that on that. Okay. So this is what I did. So in Illustrator, I took a logo that I just created for a company called Lighthouse, and we rotated it in Illustrator to be on a flat plane, right?
Okay,
So this is the first frame that I exported out of Illustrator.
Super easy to do.
And then this is the last frame from Illustrator, right?
Motion.
So then what I did is as we play that, it is filling in the gaps for me in between those.
Oh my gosh.
Right? It gets so much better. So as I was playing around with this and testing it, I was like, okay, it works if I take a logo from different angles. So then I wanted to see, wait, does this stay? Oh, I just need to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
So then
I noticed you put Chrome something in the prompt too, right? You gave it, you told it what to like material wise.
Yep. So then what I did,
Nice.
and we can look at maybe let's see here. Let's maybe look at this one. It's not as great, but at least we'll be able to see it. I want to be able to go back to my files. So this one I put like floating in space Chrome something. And so it did like turn. So it actually started, the first image I believe was supposed to be here. It glitched a little bit from a past upload. I think this was the first image that I did at this angle. And then the last image was at the other angle, but it created that rotation for me, which is
Did the
really
background
cool.
come from your prompt as well? Or did that?
No.
Did it just
so
fill
this
that?
is the first frame.
Okay.
And then hold on, chat. Hold on,
Where'd you
chat.
go?
He's back. He's back. Okay. Do we have Nick?
I'm here.
Okay, we have Nick. We're back. Okay, we did it.
Yeah. I think I
and
just
then
lost
you
your
need
screen.
Yes, you need to see my screen. Hold, please,
No
chat.
worries. Take your time. So
Chat, hold
that
on,
was
hold my
kind of
hand.
that was kind of cool. I think I wanted to know more about how you did that with the background, which was so cool. And I think I got your screen coming up here.
Okay,
so
cool.
There
Got
it
it.
is.
Okay,
Good.
so what I did with the background was nothing. I just put
Okay.
in the prompt. So if I exit out of this, you can see Lighthouse logo made of shiny wood space background. So
but you asked for the space background.
yes, I asked for the space background, and the first frame is blank and the last frame is blank. So that's why the space background came in and out, because it had to start with the white background and end with the white background. So I did this wrong the way that I put it in. But what I did do is I took that logo into Firefly and I used the structure reference on the logo, like the black and white logo, right?
Yes.
So then what I did is I took that into Photoshop. So it created this for me. So it took it in and I basically said like lighthouse with a wooden frame around it, right?
Okay.
And so this is what it kicked out using that structure match of the logo that I just showed you, right? So then I went into Photoshop and I removed the frame and I zoomed in a little bit because I wanted it to start, right? I want it to start in and then finish further out with the frame around it, right? And I'm imagining this zoom with like the frame coming in. So the prompt that I put in was realistic lighthouse and wooden frame, night sky and spinning galaxies in the background, zoom in. So here's what it looks like. And again, this is literally from an Illustrator file of a black and white logo.
Wow. Oh gosh, what a great way to show your to show the meaning of the logo, right? The reference, the inspiration. Oh my gosh.
It's so cool.
So you're finding ways to do that, the first slide and the last slide, and you're making magic happen with these things.
100%. Yeah. So it's all about first slide, last slide. Let me see if I have another example in here of anything good. This is one. So we used Firefly. Nick, we've done this on office hours before. We used Firefly to generate a can.
Like
white
a blank can.
Yep. Then we used mockup in Illustrator to add our art to it.
Love that.
And then We did soda can with a splash of water surrounded by tropical plants. So this is our first frame, was our art from Illustrator. And then I did zoom out neon light, and here's what it made.
Oh my gosh.
It's pretty crazy.
Dude, Instagram worthy right there.
Right? Pretty crazy. And I want to show one more thing just because it's really cool. Same thing. I took an image of a mock-up of the Nick. I've gotten so much out of this Peter Piper.
I was just gonna say you have used it.
Started right here on Office Hours, chat.
I know.
So we started this, and I took the bottle and then generative filled the background with lemons. And then at the end, I wanted it to end with lavender instead. So at the end, last frame is lavender. First frame is lemons. And then when I play this, I wanted to have bottle and lavender background, zoom out, raindrops, lemon wedges falling from the top, and watch what happens.
Dang.
And you can see the bottle moving. You can see the water moving inside. What? Like, look at,
bro. I'm pretty impressed.
It's pretty crazy. So really great to be able to like level up the way that you present your work and show things to your clients. Which is really crazy. I don't think I have anything else that cool to show you, but I am going to show you this dog. I don't have anything cool to show you, but I am going to show you this dog.
But this dog is worthy.
Yep, here we go. This is the little puppy. Hello, look at his little bubbles.
Wow. Question: when you have the two images, is that your max? As far as that you can load in a beginning and an end?
Yes, beginning and end.
You can't do like a middle?
No, that is the max. But let me show you, chat. We're just going to keep running with this. We got like 10 minutes. We have one more thing to show you, but I'm going to, Nick, open up a Adobe Express file. And if you want to go to my Instagram and check it out, I actually showed how you can incorporate this into actual video and keep it going. If you want to go look at my Instagram and the 1 million views that it has, let me pull up this project. Okay, so what I did here is I use Adobe Firefly, and chat, this might be loud. I'm sorry if it's loud. I use Adobe Firefly and basically left the frame. Okay, so I left the frame, and then I started a generation using this frame, and I said like office with a window in the background and water pouring in the window. So that was 2 different videos. So what happened is once I hit, so right here goes like 5 seconds. It starts here.
I see what you did. Okay.
Starts to generate, and it does this generation here. Then it stops right here. And so I saved from Express. I exported this frame as the first frame, and then continued on back to what the first frame of the next video was, right? So I went back to here, which I knew was the lockdown shot, as the last frame. So that way it like gave 2. And the same thing over here, I made my mouse, and you'll see my hand leaves the frame. And boom, that's my clean plate. So this is a picture now. So this is a picture. And then I use that picture as the reference to set it on fire. You can see the transition right there.
Got it.
So we set it on fire right there. And then it cuts away, but it does come back to that image by setting it as the last frame. You can pull it back there.
I love that creativity, man. That's so cool.
Same thing here. We have our scene, and it keeps going. And thank you, Wade posted it in chat. And then the cup grows like, and you can't even tell because it's a lockdown shot. The only thing that you can tell, chat, is if you look really closely at the text right here and the calendar,
it gets a little funky,
and the keyboard. Firefly doesn't do text really well. And so as you can see, right, the text, especially on the calendar, starts to get a little wonky, but it's not bad at all. So really cool. And you can see kind of here, the keyboard gets a little wonky and like the screen gets a little wonky, but when the action is happening somewhere else, you can't really notice. And that's pretty cool. So this is a great way to start your first frame and last frame and kind of just keep it going by doing first frame, last frame, and then take the last frame, make it the first frame, and then keep like adding on. You can create videos that are really, really long and really cool.
That opens up like Pandora's box, like literally what you could do, particularly anybody who wants to add more video or motion to their portfolio and everything.
Yep.
I can't, like, my mind's going crazy right now of all the things I want to make with this thing. It's so
100%.
cool.
And Nick, let's hop back
That's
to your
great.
screen so you can show scene to image real quick.
Oh yeah, let's do that. So here we go. I'm going to go back to Firefly. You've got scene to image. When you click here, what it's going to do is it's literally going to pop up this little
Neo.
Neo kind of in collaboration here. You're still kind of, I guess, bridged over there as well. Here we just made a quick little piece here, and you can see I just brought in a few of these pieces. The way you do it is you literally just hover over here. You hit circle or whatever, and you can get. Whoops, I'm right there. Get circle, and you draw something right in that plane, and there it is. You can see I've made like a quick little arrangement here. So now I'm assuming when we get here, what's the step? Because you've done this before. I'm brand new to this. Where do you take this in? You just write here.
Just write whatever you want.
Oh, yep. Perfect. So let's do candy inspired.
Ooh.
Tell me what else we got to say. Like, just arrangement of.
Yeah, let's do, yeah, candy inspired on a silver tray.
Okay.
And then like pieces. Sitting on a silver tray. And yes, Clever is saying jump scares will be gnarly this October. I'm so ready.
Oh, you're right. All right, there we go. Perfect. Agree. Let's see what it does. So this is awesome. It's showing you side by side.
Yep. So basically it's doing, like, you've seen us use structure reference before. It's structure referencing. So it's taking your,
yeah,
that's
that
pretty
is
rad.
Great.
So it's taking your 3D shapes and then basically using that as a structure reference for what you're creating.
So, okay, we would go into Illustrator and make kind of like simple shapes to try to replicate like the can falling from the sky or whatever. Now we just use Neo to make, look, oh my gosh.
Yep. So you could use Neo to build a custom 3D shape of a can and then generate a mock-up of a can. And you want to know the best? You want to know the best? Nick, do you want to know the best part?
Oh, no. What's that?
So check this out. If you're making a 3D model and you're making something in Neo, you can 100% use that to generate multiple perspectives of something, right? So this is a very, very simple example. Where's my butter? There it is. So what I did is I used Project Neo and Scene to Image to I just drug out a rectangle here. So you can see, right? You see between Nick's screen over here, right? You can create those shapes. So I just drug out a very simple stick of rectangle. That's what it's called.
Okay.
And yes, somebody said that would be fun to make sushi. That's like the #1 thing that I've seen.
Oh,
so
totally.
I drug it out and then on the prompt said a stick of butter sitting on a tray. So I created it that way. And then in Scene to Image, Nick, if you can go ahead and grab on the left, like the far left, there is the one up, left, down, that one. Nope.
That
up, one more.
Up.
That one.
Him.
So you can turn around. So you can do different angles. So you can see, you can turn around all these different angles. So what I did is I created one at this angle, then I grabbed it in 3D space and turned it around to a different angle right here. And then I uploaded this frame as the first frame of a video. And then this frame is the last frame of the video. And what do we get? A rotating product shot.
Oh my gosh. Look at that.
Uh-huh. First and last frame. Magic. And Nick, are you trying to make a mock-up over there?
Yeah, I was just going to do a can. So
all right, we got 1 minute. We got 1 minute. So we got a 3D can there by just grabbing a
can
cylinder
in a field of fruit. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. So it does generate a little bit longer because it's not in fast mode and it's having to structure reference.
Gotcha.
And you'll see here that because we zoomed out and moved the angle a little bit, it's not going to be perfectly centered. You'll see that it's matching exactly the angle that you have. So you can really hone in and get a great angle on the product that you want to create.
Oh, you don't even need the plate there, right?
Nope. Yep. You can just make it float.
Let's do like a unique kind of like maybe a little bit more of a fun angle like that and see what happens. Quick generate again. That's fantastic, man. I love this didn't we know that Neo was going to be one of those things that was going to start making appearances?
Oh, I can't wait for more Neo.
Oh, guys, look at this. This is going to be so cool.
It's going to be fun to play around with and build stuff. Like,
let's do something like that and see. Yeah.
I'm excited. I think Neo is the most fun Adobe program that's come out in a while. Like, it's so plug and play. Fun new. Yeah. That you can like just experiment and play around with. Yeah. So that's all we got for you today. That looks great.
Look at guys. Come on. You're doing a new orange juice There you go.
That's
I
it.
love it.
And a field
All
filled with
right.
spiders. Okay.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us today. We will see you next week. Next week is going to be a recorded episode, but that doesn't mean you don't need to watch, chat.
No, you have to watch.
You have to watch. You're required to watch. Come hang out with us next Wednesday, 1 p.m. It'll be pre-recorded, but we'll be hanging out in the chat. So we will see you then. Have a great weekend,
Rest of your week.
Thursday. Yeah. Bye,
Yeah.
everybody.
See ya.